I am not
Sorry,
going to...
Ms. Kamish Ahmad.
Yes.
There kindly be assistance for member van der Westhuizen. He's struggling to get in, please.
Okay,
Before we start.
Okay,
Thank
van
you.
der Westhuizen. Trying to call him in. Okay. Going to try to send him the link via WhatsApp quickly. I'm not sure if he also received it this morning. Copy. Reason.
Wasima,
Okay. Hi.
I see that he's on the. I see that member van Westhuizen is on.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Great.
Good afternoon, members. Hope everyone is well.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My face is a bit very round and swollen, so I'm not going to put my camera on today. So welcome. Welcome to the ad hoc committee WCPP seats, called WCPP seats. As per the ATC 63 2022, the establishment of an ad hoc committee was announced in accordance with Standing Rule 119. So now, as per Standing Rule 82, the members must elect a chairperson for the standing committee, the ad hoc committee, WCPP seats. I'll be taking the nominations now. Member Bosman and then Member Mackenzie.
Thank you, Ms. Kamish Ahmad. I'd like to propose that we nominate Member Andrikus van der Westhuizen as the chairperson.
Member Mackenzie.
Thank you. I support the nomination.
Okay. Are there any further nominations?
Yes.
Member Maree.
I nominate Member Dan Plato. I think Member van der Westhuizen is already chairman of the Committee of Environmental Affairs and Agriculture. We mustn't overburden members.
Member Brankhuis, I see your hand.
Wasima, my nomination Khalid Sayed from the ANC. Goran, thank you.
Okay. So there's no further nominations, members? Member Said.
Chair, I would like to second the nomination by Member Maree of Member Plato. Thank you.
You want to second the membership? Okay. So, members, we've got 3 nominations now. We have one.
Chairperson, can I just ask a procedural question quickly? Can you first find out from the members who's accepting the nomination, please?
But put up your hand. You cannot just speak.
I don't think that's necessary, Chair. Why must members say now already if they want the job or not?
Honourable Chair Dan Plato, I'm unfortunately not available. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you, Member Maree, for the nomination, but I retract. Thank you so much.
I understand. That's why I objected to the request that you must declare your position. This is not how it's supposed to have been, because now the caucus is going to be on your neck if you say yes.
Thank you.
Okay, members, can I just, I see a few hands here. Member Brankhuis, Member Maree, Member Bartman, Member Said. If it's any old hands, can you lower it? And then so I can see who's the next person that will speak. Member Maree, your hand is first, and then Member Bartman, Member Maran.
I just want to know if this is normal, Chair, that if somebody is nominated, that person must first say whether he is prepared, because before I nominated Member Plato, there was nobody who said if Mr. van der Westhuizen accepted or not. So I want to know what's going on.
Member Bartman.
Thank you, Ms. Kamish Ahmad. I just want us to move forward, please. There were 3 nominations. Only 2 of those 3 nominations had seconders, so the third nomination falls away. Out of those 2 seconders, whether we agree with it or not, only 1 indicated non-availability. If we are still going forward with those who had seconders, then can we please vote? If not, can we please move on to whether or not the procedure needs to now be followed? But out of the 3 nominations, only 2 had seconders. Can we please move forward?
Yes, I agree, Member Bartman.
Chair,
Member,
Lady,
I'm good.
I don't want Member Bartman to answer for the chair. I asked the chair a question before the chair could answer. Member Bartman decides she's the acting chair, actually. She will resolve the issue. That's not how business is conducted. I asked the chairperson if this is going to be the rule from now on, that every member that's proposed must first say if he's prepared to accept or not. It's never happened before. So I don't see why you should allow Member Bartman to overrule you as chair if you didn't even make a ruling yet.
Members, thank you for all the comments. I am the procedural officer that is overseeing the nomination or the election of a chairperson. I have, I'm going to move forward now. We have 2 nomination.
Chair.
Member Maran?
Yes, because you have indicated that I will speak after Bartman, the Honourable Bartman.
Okay, I'll give you an opportunity, Member Maran.
Chair, look, I just wanted to check with the Honourable Bartman who is the 2, because there was 3. The proposal of the Honourable Khalid did not get a seconder, and then the Honourable Plato have withdrawn, have declined, meaning there's only 1. Why should we vote?
Well, if that's the case, I would like to second a Member Said's proposal for him as chair.
Okay, now there's 2.
Members, let me just. I'm not going to take any further nominations. We've got the 2 nominations. Member Said, are you prepared to take the nomination?
Chair, I'm going to respectfully decline the nomination. My workload as a deputy chief of the official opposition is extremely busy at the moment, so it's not going to be possible. But I appreciate the confidence expressed by members Brinkhuis and Member Maree. So I'm going to decline the nomination, but in the case that, I wanted to also do a nomination then, but it's fine. Maybe listen out to others and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, I see Mr. Vermeulen. Do you want to say something, Johan?
Yes, Ms. Kamish, yes, I just wanted to say, so basically we are left with only 1 nomination, which is Mr. van der Westhuizen. And maybe just to quickly answer a question that Member Maree asked, whether it's normal for people to indicate whether they accept a nomination or not. Look, it's not something that's in the rules, but I think the standard practice is that parties decide behind the scenes who they will elect as a chairperson. So at least 1 person will know about it beforehand. But if nominations are made in the meeting towards people who didn't know that they would be nominated, I don't think there's anything untoward about first asking, and for them to indicate whether they would be prepared to accept the nomination or not. Because it's something I wanted to mention earlier before Member Syed indicated that he's not available because he himself nominated somebody else as well. So I think up until now, the proceedings are above board and it is procedural, although doesn't usually happen like that. But I think if I understand correctly, Ms. Kamish, we are only left with 1 nomination, Mr. van der Westhuizen. If you can confirm that, that will really mean that Mr. van der Westhuizen is the chairperson because he's been nominated and there's no other nominations that others have declined. But that I'll leave it over to you from here. Thank you.
Member Said.
Chair, I'm going to nominate Member Maree to chair the committee as a senior. Yeah, thank you.
Member Bosman?
Sorry, Chairperson, did I not hear you now saying that you are no longer accepting any more nominations?
Yes. Member, I'm giving all the members an opportunity to speak because I see so many hands going up and down that members are so fast in this process. I closed nominations earlier on when I called for further nominations. Member Said, I hope that that is in order. Member
No, then it's in order. Then it's in order. We will go with the name of member.
If the members can allow me, we're basically sitting with we're sitting with one nomination, and that will actually mean that member Van der Westhuizen is duly elected as the chairperson now, and I'd like to hand over to to the chairperson, to Mr. Van der Westhuizen, to take the meeting forward if there's any further questions from the committee side. So that, Member Van der Westhuizen.
No question. Move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Member Van der Westhuizen, the floor is yours.
Very much, and I hope that the debates going forward will be just as lively. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'm available, and I can assure you that I will approach this position with the seriousness that I believe it deserves. It's a very important issue that this committee will have to deal with. Honourable members, thank you again. And can I just say, I believe that unfortunately we will have to move as quickly as possible with this committee. And if it's fine with you, I'm going to ask the research division to start with some research in terms of comparative situations in other provinces, perhaps even other countries, because I believe, and I hope that I will have the support of the committee, that we need to come to the best number or the best formula for a number for the Western Cape, so that we can exercise the governance in the way it should be done. I think in South Africa we've seen how detrimental it is where governance failed, and obviously I think we as the Western Cape have always prided ourselves on the way in which we do things, and that the governance in the Western Cape has really been this far a priority, and that we've actually been able to achieve success in this regard as well. I don't think there are any other items on the agenda, honourable members. Are there any questions at this point in time, Honourable Bosman?
Chair, now I just want to support your position that we conduct research, and maybe just ask that we also look at the example of the Welsh Parliament, because during our recent visit there, it emerged that they are also embarking on the same exercise at looking at increasing the size of their legislature to meet the changing demands of their population growth as well. So it would be interesting to see whether we can use some of the information we've gleaned from our engagements with them and our newly signed memorandum of intention to work together as well.
Thank you. And then Honourable Said.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me also welcome your taking of the chairperson position. We look forward to all of us working together towards achieving the same goal. I think we're relatively on the same page, just gauging from the declarations that were made in the House when it was agreed that we will have such a committee. I want to agree with Member Bosman that we do look, in fact, perhaps maybe Member Bosman could even be asked to working with the research team to even speak to that particular experience of the Welsh Parliament. I think it may be a good, given that he was there as well, and his understanding of the terrain there, that would be assisting us. But I think maybe what's going to be also important, Chair, is for us to possibly develop a timeline, so that we know, look, we're starting the work now. This is when we wish to conclude, like a program, maybe if that could possibly be presented to us, maybe in the next meeting, I think that will be useful. And then we also, for example, have like a schedule of meetings, and agreement, look, which day of the week we're going to meet, how often, given the fact that time is not on our side as well, the chair. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to input. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Sayed. And Honourable Murray.
Chair, yes, first of all, I've got the highest respect for you. So my nomination of anybody else was not a reflection on your ability, but on your workload. But I want to congratulate you on being chairperson of this committee and know that you will really be able to lead us. But my comments as far as this is concerned, I think that we should not compare ourselves with other countries. If we want national government to throw the kitchen sink at us, we must now come and get European methods of doing things and impose it on South Africa. We must look at the other 8 provinces and see, comparatively speaking, how many people are in those provinces and what area does the province cover, and get the average of the two. Let me explain to you. The Eastern Cape has 63 seats, but in 2019, the population stat shows they only comprise 11.4% of the population in South Africa. 11.4. They got 63 seats. We are 11.6% of the South African population at 2019. More than Eastern Cape, but we have only 42 seats, which is 21 seats less. Also, they base the Eastern Cape's figure of 63 seats not on population at the time, but on area. The Eastern Cape is 168 square kilometers, and we are only 129,000 kilometers. And they based the Eastern Cape 63 seats on square kilometers, not on population. If we look
Sorry, Honourable Murray, thank you very much. I think you are now going into the merits already. And I'm just wondering whether, because I don't think other members are as prepared as you are today to already contribute to the debate. Can I ask that at our next meeting, you submit, or I'll give you the floor for the arguments that you've just made. But I do know that there's another meeting to elect a chair in 10 minutes' time. So if you don't mind just holding back your horses, and thank you, please file that wonderful research that you've already done. And we're looking forward to hearing from you again. But I'm just concerned that perhaps we might be going too deep into the discussion at this first meeting. If it's fine with you, Honourable Murray?
I rest with your decision, sir, because it's a wise decision. I was just trying to throw it in the pool of thought so that it can be noted.
Valuable. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honourable Maran?
Thanks, Chair. Look, Chair, I fully agree with the Honourable Murray, and I've heard what the Honourable Gillian and Honourable Khalid have said that. But I think we should not only use Wales as an example because they are embarking on this process. We have to look, and I think at the beginning the intro was that we're going to look basically inbound, and also when it comes to Wales. Wales should not be the only one. We should look whether there's other provinces that have embarked on a similar process and compare us with them, not with Wales. Thanks.
Agreed. Wonderful. Thank you. And then the next is Honourable Christians.
Thank you, Honourable Van der Westhuizen, and congratulations on your election. Just two things. I agree that we should use best practices if it's nationally or internationally, but the need is there for the legislature to extend, and that's why we have this committee. So I agree with you. The more speedily we do it, the better for us, because in the last term, we ran out of time, and this time we have enough time because at the end of it, it's to serve the people of the Western Cape better. So that is the object of this committee. to be all over the province so that our people will receive services and see our representatives all over the province. So thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all those wise words, honourable members. And I'm certain we are going to rely on the combined wisdom, which I believe is quite considerable in terms of the group and the compilation of the group. Honourable members, thank you very much. If you will then allow me to also say a big thank you to our procedural officer, Mrs. Wasima Kamish Ahmed, for opening this meeting and for dealing with the election of the chairmanship. I don't think she quite expected the level of enthusiasm that was shown for this position. I actually thought it might be a bit of a poison cup, but thank you very much for that. And honourable members, I will, as proposed, see to what extent can we draft a draft timeline. There's already been a number of wonderful inputs from the honourable members, and we will probably only be able to meet for our first, can I call it, workshop, or our first meeting dealing with the subject at hand in the third term. That is towards the end of July when Parliament reconvenes. So that should give our members or the research team time to be able to go into the aspects that were raised here today. So from my side, I want to say thank you very much for those that are joining in 6 minutes for the next meeting. Thank you. I understand that everything is quite rushed for many of you, and therefore I really appreciate the fact that you made time and that you logged on for this meeting. Thank you very much. I appreciate your trust. The meeting is adjourned.